Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or as we like to say here at Shady Acres Woodshop, howdy. Today I have a piece of holly. This comes to us from Dave at Calmwood Creations. Holly. This is a rare treat, mostly because I've never turned holly. This piece is about 7 inches long by about 6 inches wide by about 5 inches tall. It does have this crack here, and it has this crack over here. I personally think that 5 inches is a little too deep for a piece that's 6 by 7. I'm certainly going to come up on the bottom at least as high as this crack, and I may come up as high as this crack, which will still leave us about 4.5 inches, which might be about right. I don't know how deep this crack goes. If it doesn't look like it'll be a problem, I may not remove it completely. I do intend to make this a live edge. I want to maintain the bark. It appears to be pretty tight except in these areas where there's missing bark, but if I'm careful and if I make my cuts downward instead of upward, I should be able to keep the bark on there. That's my goal. I've cleared a spot here so the jaws of my chuck can sit flat. I've drilled a hole for my woodworm screw, so let's get it on there. Nice and tight. So tight, in fact, that I doubt if we even need tailstock support, but I will use it anyway just for safety. Let me get my mask and face shield on, sharpen up my 5/8 inch bowl gouge. I'll be right back. We know it's there somewhere. Well, I'm going to switch to a square carbide cutter and just come in here straight in and start working at this bottom, flattening it off and removing a bunch of it. Well, maybe we'll stop for now on the bottom and start rounding up these two ends. I'm going to sharpen up again, however. As is often the case when I'm working, I don't have a shape in mind, and I just kind of play around until something looks good. And I often accidentally stumble on a shape that I kind of like, and that's what I've done here. I don't know if you can see all the way up here, but it kind of comes out and then back down, and I kind of like that. It's in further than it is here, and then in here again. Still have this flat spot here, so I still have to keep working at that. And I have this flat spot here, whereas this side is nice and round. So I'm just going to keep working at this end and get rid of that flat spot. I'm probably going to come in even further on the top and then back out, especially once I get that flat spot gone. And so this will be all nice and round, and then I'll come back in here in an attempt to get rid of some of this cracking. It's almost gone. And also to round up this side. So I'm just working at it. I did sharpen up my gouge, and I'm going to put my mask and face shield back on. We'll get at it. And I might be able to pick the speed up even more now. Let's see. There's 1400. We still have our crack, and we still haven't touched that. So I need to go to work on the bottom. But I also need to get rid of this. This is way too long. Maybe I'll take care of that first and mark out for a tenon so I know how far I can go with this. Don't just jam it in there, Phil, you big stupid. Okay, I'm going to put some CA in this where the bark is separating and put a clamp across here and let it set for 5 minutes or so, and I'll be back. Okay, the glue dried, and I've decided to go with a recess instead of a tenon because there's not much room here for me to go in and create a tenon and still leave a base for it to set on. 3/8 inch standard grind bowl gouge. I'm going to leave the center part raised just for something a little different. And speaking of raised, I need to raise my tool rest so that I can use this dovetail chisel. Yeah, that looks good. And no cracks that I can see, so that's a good thing. I like the shape I have. I do have some tool marks, but they're not deep, and I think they'll sand right out. So, speaking of sanding, yep, it's that time. I'm starting sanding with 80 grit. I'll work up through at least 400, and I'll bring you back when it's time to put some sanding sealer on here. Then we'll go with shellac for a finish. See you in a bit? Well, let's try something a little bit different. I don't know if that's going to look good or not. A swirl. Yeah, I guess it looks okay. Well, I stopped at 400 grit because it's just silky smooth. I can't imagine it could get any smoother. And it's so hard and smooth, I don't think it's going to take more than one coat of this sanding sealer. Okay, so I'll let that dry for half hour, and then I'll bring you back when it's time to turn it around and hollow it out. See you in a bit. The outside is done and it's beautiful, just beautiful. You'll see it in a while. I'm going to take my freshly sharpened 5/8 inch bowl gouge and get my mask and face shield on, and we're going to get to hollowing this out. 1400 RPM. Probably thin enough, huh? I don't want to go much thinner over here. We'll be down to no bark. This will get thinner as we go down. I might have to resort to my number 2 hollowing tool to get back in this corner. Can make some nice curls though, huh? I am going to switch over to this tool to get back here in this corner. Just about there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my gouge back in there. Maybe. Not from out here though. And maybe not. Yeah, I can't get an angle with that. Well shoot, I was enjoying that gouge work. I don't see much hope for that. Well, that's pretty good even thickness as far as I've gone. I should probably scrape as far as I've gone here. I don't know if this scraper will fit in there. Kind of a bad angle too, isn't it? This is really difficult. I'm not sure why. I've done undercut bowls like this before. Maybe because of the high and the low. I don't know. But it's really, really difficult. I arranged you so that you can see the line that I drew. And what I need to do is start just above that pencil line and go down from there. I've got a little ledge right there. I probably should be turning in reverse so that I can see that side. I can't hardly see this side without leaning way over and whispering in your ear over here. And then it's hard. Okay, it's hard because I'm an old guy. I'm not steady like you young people. I'm not steady like that. And it's hard to control that little bitty cutter and get a smooth cut. You know, I'm old, I'm shaky like this, except I'm not, but I am kind of. But I'll keep working at it. Let me get my mask and face shield on and we'll get back at it. Of course, now my pencil line's gone and my ledge isn't, I'm sure. Well, it's almost gone. I'm going to mark it again. Just about. I could probably scrape that out. It's hardly anything now. If I can get my scraper in there, that is. Pretty even wall thickness otherwise. And we have our bottom thickness. So let's see. See if I can get this thing in there. Wow. Gonna be just about hitting over here. I think I might have done more damage than I did good that time. I guess it's better than I thought. Yippee! Okay, well then, yeah, nice even wall thickness. Maybe I'm better at this than I thought. Well, I do have a little bump down here. Right about there. Oh, good. Okay, well, guess we know what that means. Time for sanding. I'm going to start at 150 grit because that scraper did such a fine job on this tight-grained wood. It's actually quite smooth already. So I'm going to use my 2-inch disc sander. I'm not sure how far up here I can come. I don't think too far. We'll just see how it goes. Starting at 150 grit, working up through 400. Lathe is spinning at 350 RPM. So I'll just have to do the underside of this lip with hand sanding. That's okay. Mostly just these two wings, because I think I can get here. Yeah, it just misses that underside of this lip, but I can get here. So that's what I'll be doing for a little while. I'll bring you back when it's time to put some finish on. Don't go anywhere. Well, the sanding was kind of a pain, but it's over now, and I'm glad about that part. It did finish up beautifully. Just really nice. Just smooth as can be. So I'm sure this will just need the same single coat of sanding sealer.
Kelvin would like to talk.
What do you know? The phone's ringing. It's Kelvin.
It's Kelvin.
So, as I was saying, I'm sure it'll just need this one coat of sanding sealer. Then I'll abrade it with these. First the gray one, then the white one. Well, the gray one in between coats, and then the final coat, when it's all dry, gets the white one. And I'll bring it back when it's finished, because we've got a recess on the bottom, so we don't have to remove any old tenon. See you in a bit. Well, there it is. One Holly live edge bowl in the books. Nice finish on the inside, nice finish on the outside. Pretty much flawless, actually. There's the bottom all finished up. Little flower in the middle. This was a fun project. Thank you, Dave from Calmwood Creations, for sending us this piece of wood for all to enjoy. If you like this video, thumbs up please. I'd sure appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, thank you very kindly. I truly appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, you might consider becoming one. I put out regular videos, about one a week, and I'd like to keep in touch. Your comments are always welcome, and I respond to all of them. So for now, this is Phil, Shady Acres Woodshop, signing off.